Hello and welcome to BeadsJar. My name's Billy and today I'd like to show you how to make these really rather fab little tassel cone drop earrings using our bead-along tassel maker. Okay, so today we're going to make these fabulous eccentric tassel and cone earrings using the niobium earring wires and hooks. So to make this, I'll also be using the bead-along tassel maker, which we sell at BeadsJar, and the components I have are this fabulous embellishment. So there's two different types I'm going to mix together here. We have the niobium components, so we've got the eye pins, ear hooks and jump rings. I also have these lovely barley cones and two turquoise beads which are 6mm to finish at the top. Tool wise, I've also got two pairs of flat nose pliers, a round nose and my side cutters. So I'm just going to take the tassel maker machine here, and it's got some suckers on the bottom, so we're just going to push onto the surface quite hard to make sure that's not going to move around whilst we're making it. Just create a bit of space. And then I'm also going to decide on the two colours from my embellishment cords that I want to use. So I'm going to have these two mixed on this project. I'm going to get those two ends together, and this wing nut here and the washer, and I'm going to place my cotton in between these, so giving myself about 10mm excess. So that's just going to go between the washer and the perspex rod here, and then we will tighten that washer to secure them on the side here. And then I'm going to take these and come across the perspex and over onto the bottom rod. I'm just going to release a few more strands so I can do my wraps around. So I'm going to do about 30 wraps for this one. 1, 2, 3. So this is obviously building up the thickness that we want for our tassels. Just give it a little squeeze up, see if you want it any thicker than that. I think I'm actually happy with it at that length. I don't think I need it much fuller. And then we're going to secure the ends here. So just cut away the bottom. You're going to take your cords and you're going to go around and through the centre. So we're taking that tail end through the centre. Just make sure you've got both of these. So those two. And I'm going to do the same again. So again, it's wrapped around and we're coming through the centre like that, and then create the loop with your finger, and we're going to pop that back through the top and secure that with a nice tight knot like so. Now if you want, you can actually do two, so do another knot round, so through the centre, make sure you have both strands, and then back through the loop. Pull that tight. So that's one side secured, and now we're going to do the top one. Oops, flipped it round. just release that one, but we don't want the actual rod to slide, so just hold it securely whilst we take that off and then tighten it back up again. Okay, so knotted at the top here and knotted here as well. I know we've got the excess strings, but they will come in a moment. Unscrew one side and that'll release it so we can take it off easily. Move it out of our way. So we've got our 2 knots and this is going to create our tassels here. So we've got our excess thread, but that's going to become in very useful in a moment as well. So I'm going to get my flat nose pliers. So I've got 2 pairs here and my jump rings. So I'm going to hold one side of the jump ring and push the other side away to open it, and then I'm going to hook that through my loop that I put on here. So that's secure, and the same on the other knot at this side. And through. And close it back together. Now the tail that I've got here I want to hold on to, so I'm going to keep a tight grip of my jump ring and then I'm going to wrap this thread around to secure the tassel. So we've made our tassel and this is going to go inside our cones. Take hold of the eye pin and you want to support the neck part, so as close to the eye there, and you're just going to twist that up very similar to how you open a jump ring. So twist it up towards you and we're going to hook our jump ring onto the eye pin and then close that back together again. And the same on the other side. Open the eye pin and onto the jump ring. And then you close that back together again. So now we've got 2 eye pins on that side, and I'm just going to cut exactly in half with my tassel here. We may need to do a bit of trimming at a later stage, but I will show you that when we get to it. So you're just going to cut through with these scissors to release the 2 halves of the tassel, like so. Obviously that is going to be much longer, so we want to take that down as well. And we've got a little longer section here, so I'm going to trim that as well. Okay. You're then going to take the eye pin and you're going to go up into the centre of the cone and out of the top. Pull the tassel inside. If your strands seem a bit fly away, you can just hold these over some steam, be careful with your fingers, and that will relax them so they hang all down. So your tassel's now sat inside the cone, and the last bit on this is to put your little 6mm bead. I'm then going to use a pair of round nose pliers to make our loop to attach the ear hook. So you want to hold your hand nice and still, and you're going to push the pin over the top of the pliers. You then want to reposition the pliers on top of the bend we created and come all the way over the top and down towards the mat. So what we've in effect created is a small loop here. I'm going to pop the pliers back into the loop and then wrap the wire around. You want to do about 2 twists down towards the bead, and that'll give us a really tight, neat loop, and there's obviously no gaps there. We'll then take away the excess wire using a pair of side cutters. So the smooth edge of your side cutters to get in as close as you can so we don't have any wire showing. So we've made our little loop there. As I say, these will relax when we've steamed them as well. To complete that, you're going to take your flat nose pliers, support the lower part of your earring hook and open just like you would the jump ring, so lifting one side up. Attach your eye pin and we're just going to close that back together. So that's the earring finished off. So we're going to just quickly run through that for the second one. So eye pin goes up through our cone, like so. We then place our 6mm bead above it. Of course you could make these up and not put them as earrings. You can add them onto keyring charms or other such projects, necklaces, bracelets, make smaller tassels, handbags. So just pushed it away, bring it over the top, and then you're going to wrap around 2 twists. And then cut away your excess wire. So we have our loop. Open our ear hook and onto the loop. Now I've just noticed I've got a tiny tail end here, so if you find you've got a bit sticking out, if you support it and then with your flat nose pliers you can literally just tease that wire in just to make sure there's nothing scratchy on your earrings. And that gives you some very fun and enjoyable tassel earrings. We hope you've enjoyed the tutorial and we'd love to hear from you, so give us any feedback, and if you've got any projects you'd like us to show you, let us know. Subscribe now to the YouTube video and we'll see you soon. Bye!